What's good, Mac and Macettes? Welcome back to another video. Now, I haven't done one of these in quite some time because the last one wasn't like poorly received, but I did have a combo in there that was kind of scuffed. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't read the artifact properly. But we back at it with another one. Another deck profile live this time from your boy of Branded Despia in the October 2022 format. I took this to a regional yesterday. Got 25th place, which means I, went top 32 and whatnot. It cut off, the top cut was at 16, so I didn't really make top cut, but in a normal regional, that's top 32, so I'm going to count it, right? So, anyway, let's get into the deck profile. Well, as a shout out, let me shout some niggas out. Shout out to my man's Michi, who basically helped me build the entire deck. Help me test it. You know what I'm saying? It was made me drive for certain card choices and such. Shout out to my man's Will who had me make a very good choice at the end of it as far as the card in here to be moved from main to side. Shout out to my man's Jacoby, who also helped me test this like a while back, like an earlier version of it, and kind of got it to be as streamlined as it is now. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Anywho, so as far as the monsters, I'm gonna go with the Despia lineup first. 3 Aluber, the main searcher for the deck. This nigga right here is absolutely insane, honestly. Just to show it to you, anybody who doesn't know what Aluber does, searches any branded card in the entire deck. There's instances where I was not searching fusion, rather searching like lost or red because I already had like other pieces in hand. So the fact that he can kind of search any branded card is just real fucking crazy. And the fact he switched summons himself back from the grave, which never came up for me, but still a great effect. Next we got 3 Despian Tragedy. The main searcher of this deck for all the Despian monsters, honestly. When this motherfucker is banished or sent to the graveyard by card effect, you get a search. Allure of Darkness plus this, that's a +3. Like off of one card, that's a +3. Cause I get a draw 2 plus I get a search. It's crazy. Or it's a +2. Cause I would technically be still losing a card. No, I break even. Yeah, I literally break even. Anyway. Then the last for the Despia lineup is Dramaturge and Ad Libitum. The amount of times that actually Dramaturge came up is insane. Like against tier elements, the free negate of Kit Kalos on their turn or the big Kaleido Heart, straight crazy. You already know what Ad Libitum does, just summons back Mirror Jade once you use it for Chimera. But then also, it has another effect that I didn't get a chance to use. Just the gain, pretty much, but like monsters gain attack, but I didn't really get to use that at all. So that's it for the Despia lineup. Now for the Fallen Valbass cards, 3 boy, because that boy is good. 1 Shrouded, 2 Mercurier, 1 Kit. So pretty standard. I might actually just cut this down to 2 because I was seeing him a little too much. But my boy was, was still kind of goated. I'm not gonna lie to you, still kind of goated. Within that time frame, this normal sub effect still kind of crazy. The Shrouded Dragon, more often than not, I never use this effect for the dump and draw from hand. I was mostly just using it to send from deck to make Titaniclad to kind of push for game in a lot of instances. But the real heavy hitter of this one, this whole, package, I would say, is Mercurier. Because it's a free monster negate as long as you control a monster that mentions Fallen Albaz. And when it's banished, you get to search a card that mentions him or himself, basically. And then Kit, basically, if they Ash Blossom the Branded Fusion, and I had to kind of maneuver my plays, and I didn't have like Tragedy Engrave or whatever to set back Branded Fusion, I could just use Kit to get it back. Caveat for that, you do have to return a card from the bottom of to the bottom of your deck from your hand, but still a great card for the deck. Next, we got 2 Edge Imp Chain for the Frankfurt package, which I'm just pointing out here. So 2 chain, 2 patchwork, 2 poly. So this, I will probably never change these ratios because this is really, really solid. Only time that I really missed having another chain is in like the later game where I have to search out another patchwork, and I've already used both of these. So in those instances, I was like, I kind of need it, but then like I still was able to win past that. For the most part, the 2 polys really just a good kind of form of extension, especially when it comes to getting like hand trapped with certain things. I've had to make like Lubellion the hard way using like poly and chain plus, you know, the boy falling Valbaz a couple times. Okay, to the other spells. For the branded spells, branded opening, obligatory summoner from deck or searcher, branded fusion. Already know what that does, and that's at both at 3. 2 branded in red, 1 theater, 1 lost, and honestly, theater plus lost have kind of been the highlight of this deck for me for the past times that I have played it, because lost gets you extra resources along with kind of being able to establish more of a hand presence, get more of into a grind game, and get you more follow-up. So even if they do end up hand trapping you or breaking your board, if they don't kill you, I'm probably gotten a lot more resources off of lost. So at the end of the day, I'll probably just turn around and just OTK them. And then theater, just having an extra copy of a fusion card that can be searched, right, is just insane. The fact that this card allows you to fusion something from hand, any level 8 fusion, is just really nutty. All right, and then for the rest of the spells, 3 Allure of Darkness. I was debating on this card for like quite some time. It's actually a GOAT because Allure of Darkness into Macarrier or Tragedy is, as I said before, like break even, because I think like you draw 2 and you have to banish 1. So you start off with 5, including Allure. You draw 2, that's 7. Banish 1. No, that's still a +2. No, that's a +2. And it's kind of the same with Macarrier, and it kind of gives you a little bit more of a follow-up when it comes down to grinding your game states. So definitely Allure of Darkness. I might keep it in the deck. I don't know. Probably see 3 super polymerizations. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to sit there and explain why super poly is being played. And I main deck 3 Dark Ruler, which honestly I ended up siding it more often than not in certain matchups, because my opponent's boards were not like doing, like, it wasn't enough for me to warrant putting this in the main. I might actively drop this down to the side deck for this case tournament that I got coming up because of that reason. Because Super Poly, like, I have Allure of Darkness in the deck now, so Super Poly is just a lot easier to get to, you know. So I just, it just might go to the side deck. And then 1 Call by the Grave, because Call by the Grave, you know. Then finish off the main deck, 3 Imperm, 1 Sword. Now, I did contemplate playing 3 Tikaboo in the main. So these Imperms were these 3 Tikaboos. But kind of, and I didn't even side this in, I'm going to get to that later, but I felt that the tier limit decks that were being played kind of weren't playing like this hyper pure version. So the Imperms just kind of worked better, and I'm glad that I did. I had a lot better matchups going for that. Imperm just kind of did a lot of things, and the Sword never uses on-field effect. I mostly just pitched this for like fucking opening or send it off of Albion the Shrouded just to be able to banish to get any resources back that I need, whether it's Fallen Albaz or like a Mercurier or something like that that's been banished. That was the main deck. I think it was 45. I don't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 45. Yeah, 45 in the main. Did not miss having 40. 40 was just a little too tight, and I wouldn't have been able to play a lot of the things I was able to play. But I'll tell you something that is a bit tight is this extra deck. So we got 2 Albion, 1 Quietalus, which came up more often than not. Surprisingly, honestly. So 1 Quietalus, I think, won me a game because my opponent was trying to hit for some damage, and I was able to like knock his stuff down to 0. I can't remember like the whole play or whatever, or it died and I was able to summon an Albaz. I think that's what it was. Like my last round, round 7, my opponent killed Quietalus. I was able to summon Albaz, use his monster plus Albaz for an Albion, and then kind of push for games for that. 1 Garura, because this card is just nuts. Double damage plus a draw when it's sent. Needless to say, 2 Chimera. I've been kind of in the Facebook groups and everything else, and people are starting to cut this to 1. I'm kind of in the same boat because I've rarely, and there's like rarely opportunities where I need to go for 2 at all. So it's like most time I resolve 1, and by that next turn I'm about to kill you. Anyway, so there's like a pop 2, pop 1, and then like a pop 1 and a draw 2 at best, and at 2 is just kind of. This could be another Masquerade, honestly, or another Albion, or a Outlibitus or whatever. So then we got 2 Lubellion, 1 Masquerade, 2 Mirror Jade. Pretty standard. I think I might bump the Masquerade up. I don't know yet. He was kind of putting in all the work. Plus that with Quietalus, I feel like it's just a lot better. But you already know what Mirror Jade does. Not even gonna get into that. 1 Mud I ain't gonna lie, for my Super Poly Tart, because I had 1 Mud, 1 Draco Stapelia, 1 Starving Venom. Now, prior to me leaving out that morning to go to the regional, that this Starving Venom was a 3rd copy of Albion. But I'm sitting there like, there's a lot of people who's probably gonna be playing Despia, who's probably gonna be playing a lot of dark decks and monsters. So this card just really good and proved to be true. I played a Dynamorphia player and I super piloted him for Starving Venom. I played against an Orcus player and I think I super piloted him for Starving Venom. In my first round, I didn't go into Mud Dragon. I know this is useful. I didn't go into him. I'm still gonna keep him. Just hadn't found a use for him yet. And Draco Stapelia is just fucking really good for the deck. And then Titanoklad, which is that guy. I'm telling you, he's that nigga. All right, he is that nigga. I think I won against a Dynamorphia player because of that. Because I just kind of summoned him. It was unaffected by his shit, and I just kind of ran over his shit. And his life points is like extremely low. Push for game, you know? That is the extra deck. Now to the side, 2 Nibiru, 2 Gamma, 1 Driver, and a Pink. Honestly, the Nibiru's, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Nibiru, this format is crazy. Gamma, this format is crazy. I didn't see Pink enough. So he just might be cut from the list, honestly. I didn't see him enough to warrant it, but these 2 definitely are gonna stay in further ones because I could always send off of Branded Fusion to make Albion. Like I could always just send like a driver from the deck or from hand, and it still keeps the Gamma alive for like later plays in case they break my board. Pink, it really didn't come up a lot. So for back removal, Duster, 3 Twin. I don't have Lightning Storm, but from what I've seen, Twin Twister was a bit better. Because most of the time my opponents were only, there was no high impact traps being played or spells. So most of the time I was like sniping um, like things that would potentially stop me, like super polys and stuff. So just pretty much a very good form of spot removal. Back row removal, not spot removal, but back row removal. And for the last ones, there can only be one, and Dimensional Barrier, which I didn't really side in Dimensional Barrier once, despite playing like 90% of my matches being, you know, against tier element. Yeah, I think it was. No, I ain't gonna say 90%. Most of my matches were against other fusion-based decks. Like, I played 2 Dynamorpheus. I think I played 2 tier element, 1 Necros, Dogmatica, an Invoke deck, and against Floowandereeze. I think those are all my matchups. So, I should have sided this in more, but I didn't see the need to, since I was playing, like, Super Poly in the main, and kind of other forms of disruption to stop, you know, them from comboing off. And Tikaboo, I don't know how to feel about it. I guess it's decent. Like, it's not like all the way that great. I will rework my side deck for the case tournament, this upcoming case tournament. But as far as like keeping this in the side, I think I might change it. I might change it to something like fucking more back row removal, or drop, you know, 1 for another copy of Dimension Barrier, do anti-spell, something like that, basically. Something like that. I mean, even anti-spell's not that good, but all right, y'all, that is the deck profile. I would do a combo tutorial, but it's Branded Despia, so if you want that, I guess get this video to 10 likes, 5, I guess. I don't fucking know. Get it to that, and I'll just kind of show you the combo tutorial. Hell, get it to like 2 likes, and I'll probably do it. Because I don't know. I mean, I feel like a lot of people should know the combos, but some people don't. So if that is the case, or if you want to know some things that I did, hit me up in the comments, whatever the case may be. But it's your boy, signing off.